Hi, welcome to another show of Arte para el Mundo. That is art for the world. Arte para el Mundo. All right. And in this particular show, I have the pleasure to feature the president of the Victoria Art League Center right here in Victoria, Texas, Jim Feig.
Jim Feig.
Not as the president, but as the artist that is showing an exhibit real soon.
That is right. I'm a photographer.
And that's going to be on May 7th, right?
Yes, we're going to have
one
of my shows. It's a show that commemorates my 60 years in photography and 20 years working here with the Victoria Art League. It's going to be May the 7th right here in Victoria Art League, 905 South Bridge Street in Victoria, Texas. And we'll be having a reception here from 7 to 9 p.m. Everyone's invited. There might be a little food left around 9 yet, but there may not be, so better get here early.
That's right.
And
don't miss it. You can't miss it.
I will have my photographs on display in both of our galleries here.
Excellent. The small one and
the small one and the large.
Okay, we're going to go into the and check out the pictures and show you a little bit about that in a little bit in a couple more minutes. In any case, I understand that you've been into photography for quite so many years.
I've been shooting photography for 60 years. I started back in the 1950s, mid 1950s, when I was in the Air Force in Korea. We had a dark room there, and we played around with the camera. That's about all we had to do. We were on a little island, a deserted island. And I carried that through. I ran a photo studio in Orange, Texas for about 10 years in the 1980s. I've been teaching photography classes here in Victoria now since about 2000, 2005, somewhere in there. So
you teach your courses online, right?
I do have an online course that I've developed now. You can go into www.jimfeig, that's JIMFEIG, photoclass, all one word, .com, and you can find what is available there.
It must have been fascinating traveling around the world.
I've done
and taking pictures everywhere.
Yeah, I've done some extensive traveling with my camera. We've been through much of Europe, the Scandinavian countries, the British Isles, the main central part of Europe, Germany and Austria and France and Switzerland, etc. Been to Russia, been to Israel, been to Greece, been to New Zealand and Australia, Japan, China, Korea, Hong Kong. A couple other little places.
As a veteran, right? Were you stationed at any of those?
I was stationed
locations?
in Korea for a year and a half. Okay. We were on a little isolated island, looking out at the North Korean part of the peninsula.
Oh, good.
Right on the 38th. We were actually a little north of the 38th parallel.
And you, how did you learn photography? How did you get into it?
I picked up a camera. And I pointed it and I shot something with it, and I decided I better learn how to use it. And most of my stuff is self-taught.
And that became your passion. Now you're self-taught.
I'll tell you, I'm self-taught. I taught myself, and then I started teaching others.
Excellent.
And that's the best way to learn. Okay, this is one of my photographs. This is taken here in South Texas. South Texas is not known for snowstorms, but gee, last year we had one come in early in December. And I was around with my camera, and there's what we saw right there. And that's been modified a little bit, but that's a good photo.
Okay. Let's go to the next one.
The next one here, this is the old Nazareth Academy, right downtown in Victoria, Texas. And I caught it when the sky was very nice. You have to have a little patience sometimes to get a shot like that. But this is the old Nazareth Academy. It belongs to the Catholic diocese here in town. And they at one time had a very large school here, a senior high school type of event. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes.
Okay.
Let's keep walking around. What do we have here?
Now, this is a magnolia that was blooming in my front yard last year. And it got in front of my camera somehow. And It turned out to be a pretty decent picture. So it joined my collection.
Oh, it is beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now here.
Excellent. Let's turn around here. Oh my goodness!
One of my.
What is this?
One of my favorite.
Woo!
One of my favorite subjects. You're getting some reflection there, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
That's it.
That's okay. Not a problem.
One of my favorite topics is automobiles, especially old, dilapidated automobiles. And this one happens to be setting in one of the park areas of where is Bastrop, I think it is. And
what's the title of it?
I don't know if I have a title. Do I have a title?
I think
yes,
you do.
I do. Rusting Away. How's that sound? Rusting Away. And that is what it's doing.
It's a classic. I think it is a classic.
That's a classic one.
Yeah.
Now down below there.
Let's go down.
Down below there's one of my favorites. That's a collection that's 2 lobster boats sitting in the harbor of Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia. And I'm very fond of that picture. I worked hard on that. That won me a first place in On Your Own Time, the Victoria City competition here a couple of years ago. Okay.
Excellent. All right.
Let's go around here. Okay, this one I use in my training sessions quite a bit. I emphasize with my students that, gee, every photograph, every picture, every piece of artwork needs a center of interest, needs a subject. And too often I will get examples coming in with no subject. For example, a nice cloudy sky with a road, but nothing on it. No subject. What do? Well, you cruise down that road with a camera laying on the seat of your truck, and you wait for a little pickup truck like that to come along and get in front of you. And when that finally does, you take its picture, and you've got a subject in your image.
All right.
That's the way that happens. That's one of those well-planned accidents. Okay, this is the Victoria Courthouse, all decorated for Christmas. About the time that the sun has gone down and the sky has turned blue but not black yet. And as you can see, it's well lit up, it's decorated for Christmas, but it's got that beautiful blue sky in it. That's what you're looking for when you're taking pictures.
I'm trying to get away the reflection here.
Yeah, when you're taking pictures of city scenes like this.
Yes.
Watch for that blue sky.
Yeah.
Now, flowers are one of my favorites. My wife raises a lot of flowers. This is a black
This is another
and white.
magnolia?
This is a black and white magnolia. And it's done in black and white. This is a white magnolia, from the tree in the front yard of my house. And it posed very nicely for me. And so I took his picture. And that's what happened. That's what came out.
It looks so natural.
Yes. Now the next one here are some of my wife's daylilies. She's got a green thumb. She grows orchids and daylilies and African violets and whatever you want, she's got it growing there in her backyard somewhere. This is an example of her daylilies right here.
We're not going to worry about the reflections, all right?
You can't get rid of it.
You cannot get rid of them.
Now this is Texas. This
Oh,
is
right.
South Texas, and South Texas is the home of the longhorn. And this is the young one of those young longhorns.
Well, this guy looks like he's looking at me, man.
Oh, he's looking at you. He definitely is. he thinks you've got some grain in your pocket. But this is
Really?
this is a typical little longhorn calf is what you're looking at here, and he's wanted his picture taken, so I took it.
All right.
Now
Well, it's like a sunset.
we've had several hurricanes come through this area, and some that have gone north of us in the Houston and Galveston area. This happens to be what the sky looked like in Victoria, Texas, several years ago now, when Hurricane Ike went through the Houston-Galveston area. We got the sunset from it, and there it is right there. That's Hurricane Ike. Oh, and it's all of its
So
beauty.
beautiful.
Yeah, we
What
didn't get
else
the
do we
wind,
have?
we got the
Yeah.
sunset.
So what else do we have? We got one more over here. 2 more
This
to go.
Victoria
goodness.
has a master gardeners group here, And they have a special garden out near our airport, or in fact, it's on the airport. And this is a water lily from their water lily pots I photographed. This is the Master Gardener's water lily from the water lily pond.
It looks like you got some kind of effect on it, like
it's got quite all these have effects of some type on them. This has got what I call a posterized or a pencil sketch type effect on it. Yeah, okay. I play around with my photos post-processing them some, but not to the degree that it completely obliterates the fact that it's a photograph.
Yes, it is. Here, there you go. There you go. That's it, Jim. You got it.
We got it, huh? Okay. That's my black cat, or he was. I don't know where he is anymore. He disappeared.
Well, thanks a lot for showing us and talking about your exhibit pictures.
As I say,
for the upcoming
event. We're going to have an exhibit here Tuesday, May the 7th, I think it is, 7 to 9, and I will have twice as many photographs in here at that time as I have now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're back. Well, that was amazing pictures. I mean, I can see the experience behind all those pictures. They're all beautiful. What can I say? I'm hoping that my wife and I can make it on this May 7, right? From 7 to 9. You're all invited to come on over here and
see my photographs
and see that photograph. Beautiful, all beautiful. You can add some more, right?
Oh, I'm going to have twice as many.
Twice as many. In the same exhibit.
We're going to fill this other gallery up too.
Oh, okay. This one.
Big gallery. Yeah.
Excellent. So that's going to be something else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I guess I'll be here, and I'll probably do a show just a project on that, just by itself, and then capturing all those people that are going to show up, and this whole thing. It's going to be nice.
Extra food left over if they don't.
Be here, or there, not there, or be square.
Be here.
Just be here.
Be here.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Jim.
Thank you much, Jose.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your, time and effort and all this. And I really admire. I might take one of your classes one of these days, whenever I get a chance, because my agenda is pretty tight. But that's okay. This was Arte para el Mundo, art for the world. That is Arte para el Mundo, art for the world. Okay, featuring my friend Jim Feig. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Again.
My pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you on my show. Thank you very much. You all have a great day.